What if the most powerful vice president in the European Union grew up under Soviet rule, watched tanks roll down her childhood streets, and still dared to dream of democracy? What if that little girl went on to challenge Russia, lead a digital revolution, and climb into the very heart of European politics? This is the story of Kaja Kallas, Estonia's Iron Lady, a woman who defied authoritarianism, digitalized an entire nation, and stood toe-to-toe with global giants, all while balancing motherhood, power, and legacy. But how did she do it? What is her fortune? What kind of life hides behind the cold exterior of one of Europe's boldest politicians? Today, we uncover everything, from her net worth, luxury homes, and car collection, to scandals, love, and legacy. As of 2025, Kaja Kallas's estimated net worth is approximately 1.6 million euros, $1.75 million. Her main sources of income come from her political positions, particularly her former role as Prime Minister of Estonia and currently as Vice President of the European Commission, where her annual salary exceeds 330,000 euros. In addition to her official government income, Kallas receives revenue from book deals, high-profile speaking engagements, and contributions to global think tanks. She's also known to have made modest investments in Baltic and Finnish technology startups, a nod to her country's innovation-first philosophy. Unlike many political elites, her wealth isn't built on corporate boardrooms or inherited family estates. It's the product of public service, disciplined financial planning, and sharp digital literacy. Born on June 18, 1977, in Tallinn, Estonia, then part of the Soviet Union, Kaja Kallas grew up in a world of censorship, military parades, and whispered secrets. Her father, C.M. Kallas, was a well-known Soviet-era economist who later became Estonia's foreign minister and prime minister, a legacy that would cast a long shadow over her youth. But young Kaja wasn't content to live in anyone's shadow. Even as a teenager, she challenged outdated norms. Her formative years were shaped by Estonia's fight for independence, which occurred when she was just 14. She witnessed her nation's transformation from a Soviet republic into a tech-savvy democracy. These events sparked something in her, a fierce commitment to freedom, digital development, and Western integration. By the time she reached university, the Soviet Union was gone, and Estonia was racing toward Europe. Kaja followed suit, earning her law degree from the University of Tartu, then specializing in European competition law in France and the Netherlands. Her goal? To become Estonia's voice in Brussels. Kaja began her career in the early 2000s as a technology and competition lawyer, helping Estonia build its digital foundations. But her ambition was never just legal, it was political. In 2011, she entered politics as a member of the Reform Party, Estonia's center-right liberal powerhouse. By 2014, she was elected to the European Parliament, becoming a respected advocate for cybersecurity, digital freedom, and energy independence. Her speeches were sharp, direct, and rooted in experience, a rare quality in the polished world of Eurocrats. But her most dramatic chapter began in 2021, when she became Estonia's first female prime minister. She led the country through the COVID-19 pandemic, the energy crisis caused by Russia's invasion of Ukraine, and the challenges of inflation, all while keeping Estonia's economy one of the fastest growing in the EU. Her leadership style was pragmatic and unflinching. She pushed for increased defense spending, championed clean tech, and remained one of Vladimir Putin's most vocal critics, advocating for sanctions and European unity. Then, in 2024, she stepped down as PM, only to be appointed Vice President of the European Commission a few months later. Her portfolio? Digital transformation and defense. Her rise was complete. Though admired globally, Kallas faced several controversies at home. The most notable erupted in August 2023, when it was revealed that her husband's logistics company had indirect links to Russian business interests, at a time when Kallas was publicly urging all Estonian companies to cut ties with Russia. Though she insisted she knew nothing of the business dealings and her husband later sold his shares, the incident caused a media frenzy. Critics accused her of hypocrisy. Supporters defended her integrity. A parliamentary investigation was launched, but no legal wrongdoing was found. Despite the controversy, her approval ratings remained high, especially among younger voters and international allies. The scandal, while damaging domestically, didn't derail her European ascent. Kaja Kallas is known for her modest yet modern living preferences. Her primary residence in Tallinn, located in the quiet Viimsi suburb, is a sleek, minimalist home with views of the Baltic Sea. The house reflects the Scandinavian design principles she's fond of: bright wood interiors, open spaces, and an eco-conscious heating system powered by solar panels and geothermal energy. In Brussels, she maintains a government-appointed apartment near the European Quarter. It's a functional, secure space, more focused on efficiency than opulence. According to sources close to her staff, she spends little time there, often working late nights or traveling between capitals. She has no publicly known luxury villas or overseas estates. Her wealth is functional, not flashy, a deliberate political statement in a region where modesty signals integrity. Unlike many Western leaders, Kallas doesn't flaunt a large car collection. In fact, her personal fleet is small, just 2 known vehicles: Volvo XC60 Recharge plug-in hybrid, a mid-size Scandinavian SUV that perfectly fits her eco-conscious image. The hybrid drivetrain allows electric-only commutes within Tallinn, and the safety tech is second to none, an important consideration for someone constantly in the public eye. Audi A6 TDE Quattro, armored, used during her tenure as Prime Minister, this German-engineered diesel sedan was modified with bulletproofing, reinforced undercarriage, and encrypted satellite communications. She has frequently advocated for the EU to support electric vehicle transitions, and she has declined chauffeur services in favor of self-driving when security allows. Her message, green, is not just policy, it's personal. Though Kaja Kallas doesn't operate a high-profile charitable foundation, her philanthropic footprint is both purposeful and wide-reaching, shaped by her political values and Estonia's digital-first identity. A passionate believer in equal opportunity, Kallas has long been involved with the Estonian Women's Empowerment Network, an NGO focused on mentoring girls in STEM, expanding tech education in rural areas, and addressing the gender pay gap across the Baltics. Under her informal patronage, the organization launched the Code Her Future program, a scholarship and mentorship pipeline that has helped over 1,200 Estonian girls begin careers in cybersecurity, robotics, and AI. But Kallas's vision extends beyond her national borders. She actively supports European civil society organizations that promote democratic resilience in vulnerable regions, particularly in Eastern Europe and the Caucasus. Through partnerships with NGOs such as Democracy Defenders Europe and Digital Freedom Watch, she has helped fund and launch tools that combat state-sponsored disinformation, provide digital security training to activists, and support independent media platforms under threat. In 2022, she quietly made personal donations to Ukrainian refugee relief efforts during the early stages of Russia's invasion, not just through cash, but by organizing safe transit corridors for families seeking asylum in Estonia. She also pushed for increased EU support for displaced women and children, frequently reminding global audiences that philanthropy without policy is performance. Real leadership starts with law. Kallas is married to Arvo Hallik, a businessman and banker. The couple has 1 son together, and she has another child from a previous relationship. Despite her demanding schedule, she's known to prioritize family, often seen attending her children's school events quietly and without an entourage. She's multilingual, fluent in Estonian, English, Finnish, and French, with basic Russian skills. Her hobbies include long-distance running, reading Estonian literature, and birdwatching on Estonia's northern coast. Kaja is also an avid tech enthusiast. She has a home office equipped with cutting-edge virtual meeting tech, cybersecurity setups, and even a 3D printer she uses with her son on weekends. Behind her steely political face is a mother, a reader, and a citizen deeply connected to her roots. Kaja Kallas didn't inherit her power. She earned it line by line, vote by vote, and speech by speech. In a world riddled with disinformation, inflation, energy crises, and war on democracy, she represents something rare: clarity, conviction, and courage. Her story isn't about luxury yachts or billion-dollar empires. It's about resilience and the price of standing for something bigger than oneself. So the next time you hear about global leaders making a difference, remember the Estonian woman who saw tanks as a child and now shapes the future of Europe. If this story inspired you, like the video, share it with someone who needs to hear it, and let us know in the comments. Which global leader should we explore next?